Welcome to the channel. My name is Cortez. I'm revamping my whole channel. I was going by King James being real, but I am going by my original name that my mama gave me, Cortez. And I am here to tell y'all how I survived my first day in prison. My first day. This is my first video. So we're going to be working on it. We're going to be learning and growing together. This that Prison Talk 101. Okay, this is how it went. Well, let me rewind all the way back to how I got to the prison. I went to school. I went to high school. I played ball. I went to college. The only thing I ever knew was basketball. I grew up in the streets. So I knew all the street stuff. So that's a plus for the prison stuff. But I never knew it was going to be a plus, and I never knew I was going to work inside of a prison because I never liked the police. I hated police. Couldn't stand them. But fast forward the tape from school, I came home. Atmore, Alabama, I came home. I was working at the casino for a little while, for about a year, and I went to the prison. Okay, I'm thinking when you get to the prison, the inmates are locked in the cell, and you just pressing buttons and you ain't around them. Rude awakening. So before you go to the academy, they call you come in as a cadet. You know what I'm saying? That's just a person who come in, you learning the job, you really getting the feel of it to see like, is this something that I really want to do? So you really getting the feel of it. You're getting a feel of it and you seeing, is this something that you want to do? Is this something like you learning what's going on before you go get your real training? A cadet, you get on the job training before you go get your get certified, ADOC certified. I'm in Alabama. I work at Holman Prison. Holman Prison. I know everybody know where that's at. I've been there since 2009. So let me tell you about my first day. Let me tell you, it's wild. It's crazy. Whew. All right. I came in as a cadet, April the 1st, 2009. So when I walked in, they got us to the front. We sat in the office, we talked about things, and we went over paperwork, we signed things and all that stuff there. So I'm like, okay, cool. The day going pretty smooth. So the day went through, the day was going along. So they say, hey, let's walk down the hallway. So at this time, all of them locked down. Everybody inside their cell. But when you turn that corner to go down the hallway, you hearing all the noise, you hearing all that stuff. I never worked inside of a prison. I've been in jail before. Before I started working at the prison, I hadn't been in jail. That's nothing compared to this. Trust me. So we come down the hallway. We fresh. This is our first day. How we survived our first day in prison. So we come down the hallway. Boom, we turn the corner. So we walking down, you hearing all the noise. And we're like, okay, this cool. They all locked down. So we walking down, they say, yeah, this Delta unit right here. This is where the old guys are. So I'm looking in, I'm like, okay, them old guys, we make this work. There's 114 inmates in that cell. So they across it's D dorm right here, Delta unit. It got a cube, and then it got A dorm, A unit. So boom, we walk around, we look at A unit, they say, that's Alpha unit. These jokers were a little more active. These the younger ones. So I'm like, I ain't joking wild enough. They loud, they at the bar, they trying to intimidate you. This they thing, they trying to intimidate you. When you come inside the prison, the first thing they trying to do is to intimidate you, number one. Number two, they're gonna try to get you to bring them something. Number three, number one, they're gonna try to intimidate you. Number two, they're gonna try to befriend you. And number three, that's when they're gonna try to get you to bring them something. So we looked in the cell and we walked, it's loud. So we check out all the cells, like, man, this kind of, it'll be straight long as we stand outside this gate. So we go back to the front, you know, they go by smooth, we go through. So they tell us, hey, we're gonna put y'all with an officer and let y'all do some on-job training, let y'all see if this is what you like or whatever. So I'm like, all right, bet, it should be cool. So they take us down the hallway. Lo and behold, I get with the officer. He was in Delta unit this day. Notice this where the older guys are. Man, we get in standing beside the cube area. So I'm standing beside him, just looking in. Everything cool. So the officer come walking up and like, oh, y'all, come on. Hey, roll the door, Q. I look like, roll the door. I know we ain't finna go in here by all these inmates. So he rolled the door, we walk in. Never forget, I told him from the street, so I'm used to certain things. So I'm like, okay, but listen, my stomach had butterflies. Matter of fact, these was a mouse. These probably was bigger than that. I was nervous. I was so nervous. After all the stuff I done did, I done fought growing up, I done shot at, I done did all these things. But it's totally different going inside them cells. So boom, we walk in. So he go in, he sit down, so we just talking. So we stand in the little area, but they can walk up and touch you. All 114 inmates can walk up and put their hands on you if they want to. So I'm standing up beside the officer. I'm like, okay, if he in here just sitting down, it must be cool. So we just end up, boom, we just talking. So he like, what you think about this? Boom, boom. We going down through there. So the officer get up, he say, hey, let's walk a little bit. So I'm like, man, they doing walk through all these inmates, man. It's cool standing right here, just doing nothing. Know what I'm saying? Just looking. You just chilling. So we get up, know what I'm saying? The guy named Big Burrows, Big Unc, know what I'm saying? So we walking down the aisles. You know, like I said, they're going to try to intimidate you. Then they're going to try to befriend you. Then they want to go and try to ask you to bring them something. So we walking down the aisle. They looking like, oh, man, they saying little things. They know you listen to everything. So they saying little slick stuff, saying little crazy stuff, want you to, you know what I'm saying, trying to intimidate you. So we just walking. So he like, hey, shake down. Like, shake down, what the word that mean? So he told the inmate, come here. Me, I've been up for a while now, so I'm knowing like, okay, he got us to shake down an inmate that was like the model inmate. You got certain inmates that's runners. That mean they're the ones that you have out working with you. So them are runners. They're the ones you kind of trust a little bit. I ain't gonna say trust, but they're the ones work for you. I'm just say that. So we go down, he tell the dude, hey, shake down. So I'm like, man, he don't think I'm gonna hit him. I hope the dude don't get up swinging or nothing, man. We in here with all these inmates. There's too much going on. I don't think I'm gonna hit. Ain't nothing going on. Ain't nobody saying nothing, doing nothing, man. Let's just go sit down and chill and do nothing. Know what I'm saying? So the inmate get up. He shaking down. He like, yeah, I'm gonna let you go through his things. So he got me down there. Don't forget, this is my first day. First day. He got me going through this man's stuff. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't think I know a knife. In prison, the only thing I know is a knife. I don't know about none of these other things that you're supposed to be looking for. So I'm going through it, and I see a little razor. So I'm like, oh. I said, oh, boy, I done found some. On my first day, I done found some. That's what I'm thinking. So we're going through it. And I like, hey, look, I found the razor. I say, look, I done found a razor. So he like, man, we get him the razor. He said, we get in them razors. Them little orange razors they just shave with. So I'm like, oh, man. I'm thinking I done found some. Be like, nah, we get in them razors. So we get through with the little shakedown. We go up there and start talking again. So we talking. Me, like I said again, I'm going to repeat. This is my first day. We sitting up there talking. Inmate come up. Hey, Burrow, man, don't be in here shaking down, man. Got this new dude in here. Know what I'm saying? Beat him, blah, 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 blah. He talking crazy. So I'm like, man, in my head, I'm knowing, like I said again, I'm from the street, so I'm with the business. But on spook right now, because it's so many of them in there. They got their homeboys and they got their family in there. It's so much stuff. So I'm like, man, this dude came and made these dudes mad. That was one thing in my head. But like I said, I've been there for 13 years now, so I'm knowing like it just was all a facade. It's doing that, trying to spook me for real. Like I said, do not forget this. Don't forget this. They're going to try to intimidate you. They're going to try to befriend you, and then they're going to try to get you to bring them some. So, okay, boom. He up there saying all that, Burrows, man, you know, blah, 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 blah. So Burrows like, man, get the F out my face. I'm like, man, I know he, like, I'm trying to, in my head, dude, we shouldn't do nothing to make him mad. We shouldn't do nothing to rile him up. We shouldn't do nothing to, like, do nothing. Just chill and make this day. Though he get the cuss, I'm like, man, like, I'm thinking in my head, don't be doing that. Know what I'm saying? I'm thinking myself, don't do this. Know what I'm saying? These dudes gonna come up here and whoop both of them. Don't forget, this is my first day. So he get the F out my face, boom, 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 boom. They joking. Me, My first day, I'm thinking it's serious. So the inmate walk out, this one come up, this one come up, all different kind of ones that coming up with the intimidation tactics. They coming up with the, man, where you from, man? Notice the officer already told me, don't tell them where you from, don't tell them your business, don't tell them none of these things. So I'm like, man, I ain't really trying to do too much talking. Man, you can talk, man, that dude ain't talking about nothing, man, he talk to people, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, man, these folks done sent me in this dorm to get into it with these clowns. Long story short, this how my first day went. So I leave and I'm at home. I'm thinking like, man, I don't think this for me. That's all I'm thinking. I said, I don't think this for me, man. I'd have made it out the streets. I ain't end up in prison, and I definitely ain't come to prison to die in prison. Let's get that part straight. So I go back the next day. I'm a soldier now, so I go back the next day. I'm like, okay, I just want to be in a different dorm because I don't really like them when they doing too much. Do not forget what I said from the beginning. This was the old folks dorm. Man, the next day we went there, they said, we're going to put you in another dorm. So I'm like, okay, them dudes there were doing too much talking and trying to do too much. So I'm pretty cool with going down here to another dorm and try to get a new, fresh look, fresh vibe. Whew. Lo and behold, these folks put me in the worst dorm at the prison on my second day. The worst dorm at the prison. Man, I went in the cell. Soon you get in there. Like I said, the older folks, they was more like chill in the beginning. Then they start easing up after the shakedown thing. In the C-dorm, they came straight out the gate up there. Oh, man, don't come in here today. Starting that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, Lord, there go this again. But this time it's time 10 because they younger, they more active, they everything. This a game on dorm. Man, I'm like, oh, man. But in my mind, the butterfly is still there, but I'm not that timid like I was the first day. I'm like, okay, they talking, but they ain't doing nothing. So I'm starting to understand what he told me from the beginning. But this day, I'm with another Burroughs, the little Burroughs. You know what I'm saying? It's two of them, they cousin. So I'm with another one this day. That one just cussed a little bit, but this one was on a whole different level. Mother ever this better, man, you ain't talking about nothing. The first Burrow was lazy that day, so we really wasn't doing too much. But that second one, we were walking all over the place. We were doing so much. But I appreciate their training because it taught me so much, and it really helped me with my career. But I was like, man, this dude, he's doing too much. He doing too much. But all in all, you know, I'm going to stick to my first day. And like, subscribe, comment, share this right here. And we're going to keep these videos going on and on and on. That was my first day. It wasn't too exciting. It was kind of boring. But stay tuned, stay locked in, and understand that this is my first time doing this. So I'm learning as we go. I don't even know how to get off it. But we're going to learn, and we're going to keep going. And I'm going to keep getting you more and more. We're going to be having these prison talks 101. And we're going to get deeper and deeper and deeper. We're going to get to death row. We're going to get to killings. We're going to get to hangings. We're going to get to stabbings. We're going to get to all that. You guys been stabbed 70 sometimes, 50 sometimes. But God, I ain't going to tell y'all. Stay tuned, and we're going to get deeper and deeper. And again, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. You can find my music on iTunes at Cortez. You can find all that, lock in, tap in. And we're going to keep going with these on and on, with these stories, with the Prison Talk 101. And we're going to learn how to do this. We're going to figure this out together. And let's grow together. Let's build together. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Do all those things and stay tapped in. It's your boy Cortez, and we're going to do it. Y'all be safe. We're going to figure this out.